Welcome back and thank you for joining me on this next episode. We've got lots to do. We've still got some farms to fill with ploughs, and we're going to expand across over to here. Thanks for the suggestion from someone. We're going to build a row of houses to mirror the shoreline over here and over here. And we're going to have a look at how many ox we can turn into, how many bulls we can turn into oxes, because someone has told me that you where should we put this bridge? Let's put a bridge over here so we can access this area. Someone's told me you only need one bull in each shed to service the ladies, and so we can make a lot more ox. And probably we're going to go for filling our... Oh, they're saying that's inaccessible. Let's go over from this side. Oh, place is occupied. Ah, yes, there's a... What's this then? Stone deposit. Okay, well, we've done a bridge going across, and we'll lay some housing down, and then we're going to take a look at the bulls and fill our farms up. And I've got a few objectives actually now. So we're on 209 people. I'll share the objectives with you in a minute. Lay down a row of housing. Rotate you round a bit to mirror the shoreline. Go all the way along. You're fine there. Bring you back a bit. Just rotate you slightly. And then we'll go up to the bridge here, and we'll just rotate this one around a bit. There we go, and that'll do. We'll leave a little bit of a gap. And we could do our trick actually. See, that first one we laid down is massive. If you just delete it, you can now snap onto the one next to it and make the house a bit smaller. Just rotate you round. There we go, little one on the end. You thought you were going to get a big plot, but now it's small. And okay, that's our first row of houses in the new promised land. We'll see how we get on there. And if we check out, let's speed up the game. Got our 3 ploughs here. Don't have any here, so let's do this one. We'll order 3 ploughs, and we'll supply for oxen. And actually, yeah, we don't have its own like hay supply. So let's do a hay dryer in the middle of these two, because they could both share it. Because we've got a hay barracks there, but they've got loads of hay dryers over there they can access. We could even do another hay dryer actually, just up there, and we'll do a hay barracks just outside this farm, so they've got their own dedicated supply. And we'll just rotate you round. There we go. Lay you down there. Let's make some ox. So if we work on the basis that we only need 1 bull per pen, what I am going to say, as a rule, is that we're not going to make a bull into an ox if they're under 1 year old, just because we're having ethics in this land in the 1700s as governor. And oh look, we've got loads here, so let's leave you and go for 1, 2, 3, all 1 year old. Oh yeah, let's get rid of our old bull, keep a younger one, and that's fine. Yeah, we've got a few here, so let's get rid of an old bull, keep that one. So that's 4, 5, that's fine. And then, yeah, we've got one here. We'll keep the 1 year old and just get rid of the 2 year old. And, oh yeah, we've got some more here as well that we can make into ox. I think that's 6, if I've counted right, for this farm over here. And, yep, they're now supplied with hay and everything they need. And look, we're building our first cart, so you can see it on this screen as well as the screen here for the carpenter. Looks like there's one dedicated carpenter that does all the orders. Because this one, oh no, this one might be doing it as well. So we need to sort out a 4 field rotation here, don't we? So they're all on there. We've got a bit of an odd one here. So it looks like we've got 4 buckwheat, 3 potatoes. Oh no, it's just skipped ahead, so... let's wait until that season starts and see where they all are. We're starting to thaw. We're just building a bridge before we can get over here and start building the houses. 590 in money, 213 people, and I'll share our objectives with you. So this building, this new building, the church, looks nice. It's given us a bit of a prompt and an ability to grow the population beyond 300 citizens, so that's going to be one of our goals, and we've got lots of goals now to get through, and I'll share them with you. So we need all of our farms to have ploughs and to be ploughing and to be on a 4-field rotation to get maximum efficiency. We need all of these cow pens to be full and breeding on full capacity, with just one bull in each pen, and we'll be creating loads of milk that way. Also, we'll be expanding out here with some housing, hugging the shoreline, and seeing what else we can expand out there as well as our colony grows. And we're going on full production of things like leather. We're going on full production of everything, okay? So we've got enough to ultimately sell, so we may need another trading post to fill more slots. And not only enough to sell to the world, but also enough to sell to our people, so our people can buy whatever they like. We want to be paying our people so much in money that they can buy whatever they like. So those are our objectives: full production, full sales to our people, and a high population. Let's look at this trader. No, you're not. You're offering us chickens and demanding sunflower and lime. We don't really have those in abundance, so we will see. No, thank you. We're up to over 700 money, so let's pay our people more. Go up 2 notches. And there we go. We've built our bridge going across there, so we can now start on housing. Loads of housing to build, and we'll start on a second layer of housing. Or, oh look, we started ploughing. Wow, that was quick. So let's go on a 4-field rotation then. Looks like some of these fields have skipped ahead. So look, our first 4 fields are on the first year. Our second 4 fields are on another year. So there's a little trick to even these out and get them on the same level to make things less confusing. Just right click on the first row and then just add on a couple. So we're on a 4-year rotation, so we'll give them all 4 slots, and then we're going to work this out because it's a bit odd. So we've done a bit of a funny one here. We've got 3 buckwheat, and let's go buckwheat to wheat to potato, then fallow. So that one's okay, those 3. Buckwheat, let's go on to potato just so it's different, and then potato goes on to buckwheat. So this first one will need to change to wheat ultimately. And we might have the odd, rubbish year where it needs to just flush through, but we'll get it onto the right rotation just so it all makes sense. Oh god, here we've got hemp in amongst it. So hemp can go with sunflower, that can go with buckwheat and then fallow, so that's a good one. And then the sunflower can then go to hemp, which then goes to buckwheat and then fallow. So we've got our 2 luxury fields, and then we've got this one, so we can change the hemp there. So that's potato. Yeah, we don't have any pure potato yet. So potato would go on to buckwheat then wheat. So buckwheat then wheat. It's just the order I'm doing them in. You could do it in a different order yourselves. So if we look at this first row, let's do the second row. So we've got 2 wheat, we've got a potato, a buckwheat. So we need a potato and a buckwheat. So we'll do potato, buckwheat, and then after the potato we were doing buckwheat. So just follow the pattern, and then after buckwheat we're doing wheat. Okay, brilliant. So we've got our 4 farm rotation set up. Once this first year is over, we will then change all the first year to match in with what else is going on. And that's that farm set up. So we've got 2 big farms set up with some luxury goods, and we'll just see what rotation they fall in. So we've got luxury goods in the 4th year and the 1st year. And then we've got luxury goods here, penciled in for first and the 2nd year, so really we need the 2nd and 3rd year to have the luxury goods. So we can play around with that as well. so that basically one of these farms is producing a field of luxury goods every year, if that makes sense to you. And then these farms down here are just producing the crops, aren't they? Because they've got the animals that they're looking after as well. So that's kind of like the model that we're using. There we go. There's our first fancy house. Whoa, how good is that? And let's put some decoration alongside these. So we'll need benches. I really like the cottonwood trees because they just grow so tall. They're kind of like in the UK what we call poplar trees, and you can just you can plant them all in a row and it can make a really nice feature on the landscape. So speaking of which, I think I'll do that. Where do we want these trees in a row? Down here, in between the bridge, and maybe here? This is kind of like what they do that we see. So we'll see how that goes, and then we can always mirror that somewhere else if it looks nice. I don't know if that's in the right place. It might mask our view of some things, but I don't think they're too big. We'll put some more benches down. I did go through one episode where I put down a load of benches because we were kind of lacking. And you know, when you're doing playthroughs like this, it's difficult to focus on some of the details sometimes when you're just looking to get, carry on momentum through the game. But it's important to take the time and really do it. Especially when you're working out the field rotations. There we go, loads of benches, and people are sitting down already, enjoying the lovely river view, and that's going to be a really nice addition to the place. I mean, we could have a little row of houses here, couldn't we, across the river, along the river? Ah, yeah, we're expanding our riverfront. Let's do this area next, and you'll start to see it take form. It will look really nice. Put you there, then you next door. Copy you and do it again. See what our trader's got to offer. So they're after sunflower oil, clothes, textiles. Oh, they're only here for 11 more days. That's quick. They're offering cows, pig, iron, and horses. Let's take some iron, because we always need iron. Let's just go for the max. It's 240. We've got the money. I'm sure we've got some sunflower oil. Yeah, 1900. Brilliant. Okay, let's sell you some sunflower oil. 1900. Here for 7 more days. Ooh, there we go. 342 money for 1900 sunflowers. Brilliant. We'll do that. God, it's such a valuable crop, isn't it? We just want to make sure we've got some all the time, and that's why we'll ultimately have one field every year for sure. And look, it looks like every field has something growing, apart from maybe that one. Nope, it's got sunflower. God, we're going to have a huge crop. This farm we need another plough, so let's see if we can find any more ox. So these middle pens seem to have quite a few. Bull, yeah, we've got some bulls of 1 year old. So 1, 2, there we go. That'll make the new plough. And then we've got this farm where we need 1, 2, 3. We'll supply for oxen, and I'll just see if we've got hay nearby. We do, don't we? We've got the... Oh god, and someone told me that a horse died because we ran out of food. So on the resource supply button, when you click in the stables, you can actually up the amount of hay, water and wheat and stuff. So we'll set that at 500. I think one of the reasons actually is because we ran out of wheat at one point, didn't we? We don't really have any wheat at the moment. No, we've got like 44. But with the new rotations and the ploughing, we will have wheat on a more consistent basis now. I think we just went a bit heavy on the buckwheat and the potatoes at one point, and then maybe some of the animals go heavy on the wheat. So you can balance it. So you go on the other animals and say, yeah, we took wheat away from those pigs, didn't we? And yeah, these horses are after wheat, but they don't have any. Let's up your limits then on hay to 500, just to guard you against starvation. Look, the hay here is really low. Okay, so we need another hay barracks. There must be other people drawing from that hay. That's probably why we were struggling. Okay, so we'll put another hay barracks down next to it. and over here as well, just in case that's a problem. And we've got 3 hay dryers. So that wagon shed might have taken some of the hay. Let's do another hay dryer next to you then, just in case that is an issue. And we want our own hay supply here, but we do have a hay dryer, and it does look like we've got plenty of hay there, 800. And do you know what? Something else someone was saying is that we want to have cart parks right near our farms, and because people just use carts for absolutely everything, and this is an absolutely perfect spot to put a cart park. I mean, it was made for it really. And have we got an obvious place? I mean, we've got 2 cart parks there, haven't we? So you're fine. Just check we have carts everywhere. Oh, this one needs carts. Let's add you on. Could do with a cart park around here somewhere. Could put one in the middle here, in the middle of the 2 farms. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if it will look amazing. Oh yeah, look, it will look cool. We'll put it in line with these 2 fields, just next to this path. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, good. So we're fine-tuning. Right, we need to sort out more horses, don't we? Now we've got the leather coming in. We're going to do... where should we go? I mean, that's central, isn't it? But this is nearer the industry and the farms. Let's add another horse to you guys. Let's make one into a draft horse. So we'll just do the oldest one. And we'll request one here as well. And we'll make another draft horse, relocating. So we had a bit of tack there, I think. And I don't know if 1 worker would be enough at these wagon sheds or 2, but we'll leave 2 on that. How many have we got? 1 on that one and 2 here. Let's just do 1 on each. You're only looking after 3 horses. But do the workers ride the horses? They might, you know. So let's give you 2 each, with 1 for each horse. We'll do. Look, 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 look. Here's a wagon. Look at that. Now what are you delivering? Wow, you're kind of falling over into the river. It's tipping our stuff onto the river. Don't do it. Stay in. How funny. So it's 3,000 wood it's carrying. And this person, what are you doing? You're carrying buckwheat because you live there. Yeah, and you're stocking up, so milk. Ooh, you know what we need for these houses is some market stalls. And if we're going to have houses over here, it would make sense to put some market stalls here, so in between the 2. Let's put them down so they can get their stuff. Otherwise they've got a long way to walk. We can have these riverfront market stalls. That'll look nice. Do 1 there. Another wagon coming with building materials. Oh, uneven terrain. Let's rotate you around then so it looks a bit more. There we go, that'll have to do. And we'll hire a worker each, and we'll just put... we'll need more in time, but we'll put some essentials. We'll do beef, chicken eggs, chicken meat, and fish. And then on the other one we'll do crops like buckwheat, potato. We could do pork. Have we done pork in the other one? No. And we'll do firewood. You need firewood. And then we can do some more market stalls. We'll do 4 market stalls. Probably redo those. But that'll give the essentials for people who live around for now until we have time to do more. Look, we're doing our harvest. Let's bring in a big old harvest this year. And how are we doing with our ploughs? So that one's got 3. This one's got 3. This one's got 3. And we just need to see about those. So let's see what the trader's doing, and then we'll get our last farm up and running. So they're demanding sunflower, lime, dried fish and sallow. We don't have enough, but we'll buy some honey. Buy 1,000 honey. Got it for 100 in money. It's looking good. Doing all sorts now. Got our new objectives. Speed up the game, yep. So they're making wagons now. Okay. So they're making wagons before They make the ploughs. 3 more orders in the queue. Can't remember if we need to make more ox or not. How many have we got in the sheds? We'll soon see. Mainly the middle sheds, we had them all. Yeah, we've got 1 ox there. We've only got 1 ox, so let's just see what they make after the wagons. I wasn't keeping count. So they've got wood. They were just waiting on 3,000 wood, and then they can start making it. There we go. We can start making the wagon now. And if we've built... No, we've got our cart parks up here, haven't we? We're building... we've nearly built this row of houses. We just need to go back to that first one. And then we'll start on this row. Looking nice. Newfoundland. All these fancy houses with their benches on the riverfront. Beautiful. There's our row of cottonwood trees. It's a nice expansion. There it is, there's our village. Who would know it was going to grow so big? Loads of houses, really like that block style, so everyone can go in and out and anywhere they like. There's all our farms with all their ploughs, all their ploughed fields, apart from this one. But soon. We've got 229 people now, so we're growing. We're aiming for 300. That's one of our new objectives. Population growth, 300. We're going for maximum production of all things so that we can not only sell them back to our people, but we can sell them to the world. Full ploughs on all farms with a 4-year crop rotation. And we want all of these cow sheds to be full as well, so that we have at least 20 cows in each shed. We've got 20 there. Let's do a review of our cow sheds then. So we've got 20 there, 21 there, 20 there. So all these are full now, which is amazing. So they'll be producing maximum milk and beef and hides. So we'll be producing lots of leather before long. We might need another tannery. 13 there, 21 there, so that's full. 21 there, so 5 of our cow sheds are full, apart from this one. And we've got cows being born, 6 this year I think. Cool, that's amazing. So next year that cow shed will become full, but that's really nice. Okay, so end of next year that block will be on full production, and we could keep expanding it, but I think 6 cow sheds that are full is going to be enough, and I think that 2 stables producing horses will be more than enough. I'm probably quite happy with the 2 pigsties and 2 chicken coops, but I'd wait to hear what you think. And I can certainly build some farmland out here, and we could do another animal farm that would be producing, the 6 crop fields, and then not any more horses, but we could just focus on chickens and pigs. So we can do that as we expand out here. That looks lovely, that row of people. And do a bit of decoration. A bit more. We could put down some bushes. There's a dog rose bush. A couple of those on each side. There's already some in that garden. What else have we got? I quite like birch trees. Birch trees are beautiful. The bark's quite nice. We go. We'll see how all that grows and develops, because it doesn't just magically appear, it has to be planted, and someone will come along and plant a tree there, tree seedling, and it will grow. So it's nice dynamics in the game. Very nicely done. Got our windmills working. Got wheat finally. It's a miracle. How much wheat have we got? 750. It's a start. And we've got over 10,000 potatoes, which is mental. Over 10,000 buckwheat. I mean, we're going to be having like 13,000 buckwheat before long. So we can definitely... I think we could start selling buckwheat. Looks like 2,000's the maximum order, so that's all you'd ever want in your trading post, unless you wanted to have an order in reserve, in which case you'd have 4,000, but I think that's fine for now. And we could store 2,000 potatoes, and what we might need another trading post in time, because we can only list so many things for sale. We'll get rid of lime, not going to sell any more lime. What else could we sell? Well, after a while we could start selling hides. I mean, we're going to have hides coming out of our ears. What are we after? Sunflower oil. Oh, so he's selling nails, charcoal, horses, iron, pigs, cow. Always need iron. So we'll buy 240 money's worth of iron, because that's not something we could produce ourselves. And we can sell sunflower oil. And how much have we got? We've got 1,200 sunflower oil from our latest harvest, which is brilliant, because that's something we can expect every year now, or more or less. Deal. Sunflower, 1,200 for 216. That pays for our iron. And we just need to get this farm on a 4-field rotation. But we're in November, so we've got the winter to sort it out. Right, so we've got 3 orders in the queue. And that's the 3 ploughs we're after. We've supplied for oxen there, so we just need to make ox. Do we need to make oxes? These things can get jammed up sometimes. If there's one order in the queue that isn't... Oh look, we've got no wagons there. Ah, look, they're both out doing stuff, and it's all the building, isn't it? Look at all these wagons. Our other... Yeah, 2 more wagons from there doing the building work. So it looks like they focus on construction. And a wagon there. All of our wagons are out and about delivering stuff for the construction work. So you can see as the settlement expands, just how important those wagons are for mobilising all those goods. So we've built our wagons. We've got 2 complete orders there. We've got 2 complete orders here, and we're not building another one over there yet, but we could, but we won't yet, because we want to get the plough sorted out. So what I'll do is I'll just say for example we cancel the plough orders and then go back on a carpentry. Yeah, it says nothing ordered, so let's just add a plough. Not enough adult oxen to complete an order, need 2. Okay, so we just simply haven't made enough oxen. I thought I had. So we'll have some here, won't we? Yeah, oh wow. So let's make you and you, and then so that's 1. Oh yeah, 2. 2.5. 1 more bull, and we've got 3 ploughs. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. So you're a year old, so we'll take the old one. Right, we've made 6 ox, and okay, to order all our ploughs, and then here we go. There we go, making our first plough for this farm. So we need to put you on a 4-year rotation, so we'll expand out to 4 fields for all of them, and then we'll work it out. So we've got 6 fields, and we just want to plant crops, nothing special. And what have we got already? So I think we're on this year, but I don't know if it's going to skip to the next year, so we'll have to see really. God, look, some have skipped onto this final year as well. So the way you can do it is to just right-click on everything before every active year, and we'll see what that trader's doing, and that just brings everyone back down to the same level, and then we expanded them back out to 4 fields. This is how I do it. This is how my logic works, otherwise I just don't really know what's going on. So we've got 2 buckwheats, that's good. So then we go on to wheat, and then we go on to potatoes, and then after the potato goes to the buckwheat. So we've got a potato here that we can go on to buckwheat, and then we can go on to wheat, and then fallow, and then down here, yeah, so we've got a buckwheat, an errant buckwheat. So we'll do another one potato to mirror that one above, and then a buckwheat, and then a wheat, and then we need 2 wheat. So these 2 need to be wheat, so that will have to change after... Can we change it now? Yes, we can. Brilliant. Okay, and after wheat we go potato, and then we go buckwheat. Brilliant. So we've got something different on each year. And again, we want to time the fallow year, so it's actually when another farm doesn't have a fallow year. So this is this year for that farm. So next year they've got a fallow field. So next year we've got a farm fallow. Then, so that's next year. The year after we've got a farm fallow, so that's good. So the year after we've got another farm fallow, so that's not good. We need that to go to the end. And then this one, yeah, we've got a that falls in fallow in a good way, because that's the current year. Okay, well we're pretty much there. We just need to get this farm to slot into. So if we call next year year 1, so year 1 we've got a fallow field. That's year 1. Year 2 we've got a fallow field. Year 2 we've got another fallow field, and then 1, 2. Year 3 we've got a fallow field. So we need to skip these to basically now. These need to be fallow now. Can we do that? No. But we'll get that on rotation at some point. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit of admin to do, but you get my meaning. I mean, 3 of these farms are in sync. One is out of sync, which is pretty good going. And we'll go on full speed. We've got 243 people. We've got all sorts of objectives going on now. We need full cows. We need once we've got full cows, we're going to be smashing out so much tannery. It's going to be crazy. Leather. Smashing out so much leather. We could even get to a point where we're selling leather instead of hides, because that's going to be higher value, isn't it? So why don't we start thinking about listing leather? We'll just put it, we won't put a value against it, because we need to sort out our own domestic production first. And yeah, we're just going to start coming on to cart parking soon, which is good. And we could have a cart park here, couldn't we? In fact, this is a perfect place for it. Put it down here so people can move stuff near the market stalls. Put it on the end, a little bit further away from our lovely trees and bushes. Okay, so we've got a few houses to build on this side, and then we're going to expand out and have a think about exactly what we want. We could have a little row of houses along this sort of shoreline, couldn't we? We may need more graves. We'll have a look, and then we could have some houses along this shoreline and this shoreline, and even along here on this shoreline, and then something in the middle, something amazing in the middle. And then we've got this sort of area, but it's really uneven terrain, so we might not be able to build on that bit. So we're getting there. We're really smashing it with this village, and I'm really happy with the progress. But we've got lots more to do. So thank you for joining me in this episode.